Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and today I am back with a very quick video of me unboxing a brand new Apple iPod Touch. This is the 7th generation of Apple iPods, and you're probably wondering a couple things. One, you probably didn't realize that Apple is still selling iPods on their website, and well, that makes total sense because I think most people have moved on to get a smartphone. And really, I bought this thing for two reasons. You know, it's been over 800 days since they've updated this one, and it could be the very last one, and so I wanted to own one. And the other reason is that I like to use them. I actually use them in my car every single day. I load them up with different genres and swap them out pretty much every couple weeks. And as you'll see as I unbox this, this is almost just like having a brand new iPhone without the phone part. And it's pretty funny because as I'm unboxing this here, I couldn't quite figure out how to get the iPod out of this plastic holder here. You know, Apple is always kind of over-engineering all this stuff, and it took me a second to realize that they had these little stickers on the top and bottom that you had to pull to then basically release the iPod. I thought that was pretty funny. Again, total dumb move on my part. And as you see here, I went for the product red version of this. This is the version that they take a percentage of the sales and donate that to charity. But I love this color of red. I think it's absolutely beautiful. They actually still have a bunch of different colors of these iPod Touches you can choose from. I kind of went back and forth because the blue is really cool looking too. And then deeper in the packaging there, you have a lightning cable. So that's a USB to lightning connector, as well as the regular iPod headphones, which honestly I'm not a big fan of. They just don't feel very good in my ears. I actually use some Bose ones, some Bluetooth ones, but you know, these are good to have in a pinch if you're going to be on an airplane, honestly. Sometimes I throw them in my bag for those type of situations. And of course, you have the Apple stickers. I don't know how many of those I have, probably 100 at this point. Oh yeah, and you'll notice that I had this engraved. I completely forgot that Apple did this until I went and actually ordered this, that back in the day, it was really cool to get free engraving on your iPods. And I've done this a couple times. And of course, I couldn't pass this up. So of course, it says Metal Jesus Rocks with the red skull. I think that's pretty cool. Now, it has been a long time since I've bought a brand new iPod, and even longer since I bought an original, iPod Touch. And so when I powered this on, I was pleasantly surprised to see actually, that it functions just like an iPhone. So basically, once you first power it on, it asks to see if you have either, a current iPhone or an iPad, and you just put it next to it. And it'll run through this auto setup thing here, and it'll start transferring over your Apple ID, all your apps. It was, again, very seamless to set up. Another thing I was really surprised to see when I powered this on is that it is running iOS software 15.02. So I could be mistaken, but I think that's actually the most current version of iOS for the iPhone. And I was surprised again to see that it's running this on an iPod Touch. So that makes me think this is basically, like I said, it's just an iPhone without all the phone stuff in there. And so because of that, I was very quickly able to just go into the App Store and, like, say, run over to the Apple Arcade and download the Sonic Racing game here and just launch into it immediately. So that was, again, a surprise. I didn't realize that this is where brand new iPod Touches had evolved to. It also immediately detected all of my licenses I have for my movies that I purchased. So you see that it's just displaying and streaming a bunch of them here. Again, this is going to be really nice to have. I can see why parents specifically, sometimes buy these iPod Touches for kids, because it has 99% of probably what they would want. In a smaller form factor. It's cheaper than an iPhone, but yet it plays games, you can watch movies. But for me, it's going to be all about the music. Typically what I do is I actually do put my physical MP3s on it. That way I don't necessarily have to be connected to the internet or Wi-Fi to get access to them. but it is really nice that it does let you go into Apple Music, or you can use the Spotify app and stream if you want. And just for comparison, take a look at the new iPod compared to the original Generation 1 iPod. This is what I love about technology like this. I mean, in 20 years, this is as far as we've gone, right? It's amazing how the technology evolved. I mean, it's stunning to look at the difference with the screens and just the size. It's amazing. And then here's the iPod Touch compared to two of the previous generations. And here's where actually that they've changed some as far as the back goes and obviously the thickness. But overall, I think the size has stayed pretty close to the same. They've obviously just improved the internals there, and sort of its capabilities. Obviously, it's CPU, but they've kept that form factor, which I think is a nice size. You know, you really wouldn't want your iPod to be much bigger than this because, again, then you get into the territory of, say, the iPad mini or, your regular iPhone. So anyways, guys, that's my unboxing and sort of first impressions of getting a brand new iPod Touch 7th generation in 2021. It's going to be really interesting to see if this is the last generation of iPods that Apple makes. I mean, it wouldn't surprise anybody if this is the very last hurrah for this, amazing line of products. They're so groundbreaking, and it's been 20 years since the original was officially announced. Isn't that crazy? But I'm excited to start using this one. I'm going to put it into heavy rotation, and I would love to know down in the comments below if you think this will be the last iPod. I think most of you will be like, you had no idea that they were still making iPods. I mean, isn't it crazy? But would you like to see one more generation of, say, like the Nano or maybe the Classic? Maybe a version of the iPod that has like 200 gigabyte storage or something like that? Could be cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and take care.